Okay, I think official day one, second confessional. Feeling very stressed right now because I got 2 votes at Tribal, and I think there was a very real possibility of me being the one to be voted out. I have some inclinations as to why I was the one who was targeted. I think it is because I wrote Jack's name down that first day and first moment, so he, just already has that against me. But I can just kind of say that I feel good knowing that my teammates didn't flip on me, right? Even though the talk of an idol was there, that we were able to, like I said, flip the vote, kind of split it a little bit, in order to make things just a little bit less anxiety ridden. Because that was my logic. I was like, if we split the votes, like 3 on Jack, 2 on Jess, and then assuming that the 2 of them were going to vote for me, then it at least allowed for a potential revote, which would be, okay, then we just vote out Jess. Or if he didn't use the idol, then he would have gone. Feels good to be on the positive side of an idol misplay. Sorry, Jack. But I think Jess showed her cards there, like kind of, I would assume that she voted for me, that she was the second vote for me. Because when she said, I just want to say, Cole, I really trust you, that was an indicator to me as like, oh, she's signaling something right now. She's trying to signal that I should be the one to be voted out, right? Putting a target on my back type energy, which is why I inevitably wrote her name down. But I'm feeling good. I'm really loving the connection that I have with Mike and Maddison. I would like for the 3 of us to kind of stay the core 3 in our like group of 4 in the group of 5, right? Because the group of 5 would be myself, Maddison, Mike, Greg, and Lady K. The group of 4 would be myself, Maddison, Mike, and Greg. But I would like that group of 3 to kind of stay ideally like a core 3 if we could. So going into the next episode, I'm feeling good just knowing my place in the tribe is like that I have people I can trust, because trust is so important. And honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to pulling in Lorrie to like, because I think she feels as though she's on the outs right now. So she would be a good person to kind of like tap if conversations start to go like, because I think Jack's probably going to try and tap, Lorrie, and I wouldn't be surprised if Lady K possibly does, because as much as I really enjoy her energy, there's still something that I'm kind of like, all right, where's she going with this? So I think my next move that I would like to do is try and tap Lorrie as quick as possible, just to kind of feel her out, because truthfully, I don't know where she stands. And I think because she's an easy vote for that reason, especially since she did sort of flop this first challenge, I think she's an interesting person to kind of keep in the back pocket and an interesting person to consider working with moving forward. So I'm happy that I wasn't the first one out, and I hope that I don't have to be in that situation again. I hope that I can just kind of control the narrative a little bit better than it was today.
So it's the morning of day 3. We just had our first like real night of Expedition Online, and so we had the challenge yesterday. It was a relay at a land, little napkin on top of Monte Verde, a little cup stack with a plate on top, and our tribe was like rolling through. We had a 1-person lead. And unfortunately, Lorrie couldn't get it done. And the Fishback party wound up winning the challenge, which was really unfortunate. But then, like in that immediate moment, you're like, okay, I guess it's Lorrie. Like she kind of like really blew it for us. And then there's a twist where the Fishback tribe won a reward that allowed them to capture one of our party members and keep them safe from Crossroads. And they selected Lorrie, which honestly made sense. I think the most obvious is that, she kind of flubbed the challenge, so she'd be an easy target, so they could save her. Um, and so that left the seven of the rest of us to scramble. And the environment, like post challenge, was like we all knew what we needed to do. We're all just kind of sitting there, like no one wanted to be the one to like say go. But it's nice that everyone's kind of in that mindset. We all know what we're doing here, right? So we all just kind of like randomly jumped into rooms and started scrambling. And it's like thrilling and scary all at the same time because you're like keeping an eye on who's talking to who, and the room size is like you can only hit there's like two rooms that had three people and like two rooms that could only have two people. And so you can't ever get a majority in a room. So you have to rely on like talking to people and then having them jump to talk to other people and then hopefully being able to reconnect and like confirm the plan. But I mean, there were people that I only got to talk to once. And I didn't actually even get the chance to talk to Jack until the last like, I don't know, like couple minutes, and only got like 2 minutes with him, and Maddison was also in the room. So, the you don't get like good private time. There's not privacy here, but I guess that's kind of the point because we should, keeping us on our toes. But yeah, no, that was like crazy. And so I think what happened was that, I guess, let me restart here. An alliance kind of like initially formed, and it kind of like after a couple conversations and jumping into the rooms, it kind of feels like this could be a solid core. And it was me, Mikey, Maddison, and Cole. And at one point Jessica was in that, but then she wasn't. And I think the idea was that like Kevon, Jessica, and Jack's names are the ones out there because they're the ones who aren't part of that four. And I kind of quickly said, like, look, I don't want to vote out Kevon. Mikey agreed. Like, she's just like this big ball of energy, like, and positivity, and she's great, right? So she kind of like jumped off the radar, and it wound up then really between Jack and Jessica, with the assumption that it was like pretty much Jack for the longest time. And then last minute, like Jessica's going around telling everyone that Jack told her that he has an idol. And I think she was trying to do that to then push the target off of Jack or something. I didn't really understand, but what it, it kind of caused her downfall because it did push the vote off of Jack and onto her. Especially because right at the end, people saw Jack and Jessica in a room together, and so the assumption was that that under the assumption that everyone would vote for Jack, that Jack could play his idol, which he did have, that was real, and that the two of them could put votes on anyone else, and like they would go home. So like it was just madness towards the end. But I wound up, I was in a room with like Cole and Kevon, and Cole jumped in and was like, hey, we got to split the votes because of an idol. And I think he was worried because his name was getting thrown out there. So he told Kevon and I to vote for Jack. And I think it meant that he would also vote Jack, and then went to go tell Mike and Maddison that they were supposed to vote for Jessica. And so he went to do that. Kevon and I are talking. They're like, Crossroads is starting right now. Like, get in there. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, we haven't made up our minds yet. Like, we can't go to Crossroads yet. But so then I kind of wanted Jessica out over Jack, because I think Jack will be better at challenges, even though Jessica did a great job. Jack blew that first one. I think long term, I think that I have a better chance of working closer with Jack than I did with Jessica. So I told Kevon, I was like, hey, I think we should just vote Jessica. And I got the sense that she didn't really want to vote out Jack either. So it worked out. So I voted for Jessica, and it wound up being a 4-1 canceled vote because that was for Jack and he played the idol. So it was a 4-2 vote, and got what I wanted. Jessica's out of the game, and I feel really comfortable about this like 4-person group with Cole, Mikey and Maddison. I hope there's no blowback for Kevon and I voting for Jessica instead of Jack when we said we would. But I think I'm going to try to play like the Natalie Anderson card of being like, what? Like, I didn't know. I thought you told me to vote for Jessica, so that's what I did. Like, and I think honestly it's believable because one, I'm trying to play dumb a little bit. And two, like it was just madness. So confusion is like served up on a silver platter here. So I think it's believable. Ultimately, Cole is safe, so I don't think he's going to think too. I don't think his eyes are going to be painted towards me. I think he's going to be looking at Jack because Jack voted for him. Yeah, that was like riveting. That's a lot of fun. And I like that. I like that it's just like short and sweet. Like you have a couple hours, like you have an hour to do it. Like have at it. So that was great. Yeah. So I think my strategy moving forward here is that the people who I feel like the closest with at the moment, I would say are Mikey, Maddison, and Kevon. With Cole like certainly in that group as well. I think on a one-on-one basis, like Kevon and I are good. Mikey and I are good. So now it's like right now it's like about unity. It's about numbers. So it's about like keeping morale high, like trying to like close up all the cracks that form. Because if we do get into a swap or the rendezvous, then I want to make sure that like we're as insulated as possible. And at least at the very least, people aren't coming after me. If you want to come after allies, whatever, like have at it. But like I gotta be safe. I gotta like snake through this game. I don't want to stand out too much yet. I want people to know that I'm reliable, that I'm trustworthy. I should say, I want people to think that I'm reliable and that I'm trustworthy, but no promises. And I kind of want to play a little bit under the radar a little bit now, and then kind of start to make a name for myself at the merge. If I have to like do anything big to save myself, then I'm gonna have to do it. But ultimately, I want to put myself in a position where I don't have to even be in that position. You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel good about the tribe. I feel good about the party, and it feels like if we do wind up losing this next challenge, like Lorrie is kind of the easy target. We voted her out in that first twist. The other tribe took her, so we didn't have a chance to, strategize with her and build trust with her. And she's very good at puzzles, but we're kind of waiting like when's our next puzzle going to be? And I think I'm pretty good at puzzles, so I don't know if it'd be a huge loss, but I don't want to write her off completely. Like she does seem like a very sweet lady. So I want to get to know her and see what she's going to bring to the table. But I think right now she's like low man on the totem pole. I'm sure Jack and Cole might be going after it, but you never know. You can't write anyone out. It's a wild game and everyone's got their own plans. But I think for now I feel good, win or lose. But I want to win because I want to keep the numbers. And yeah, I guess the only other thing I would mention is that the idol hunt and everything, like everyone was pretty open about the fact that they all got to the like ultimate clue or the ultimate like compass, which is located within Coach's Instagram page, like from a post years ago. I did not share that I found it, even though I did, because I again want to play a little dumb, play a little like, oh, like I didn't know, like still trying to figure this out, like a little naive. So I was like, oh yeah, I found the initial clue where you had to like message Shane, but other than that, like I was just looking around all the expedition pages, like social media pages, I couldn't find anything. So I think that's believable. I don't think anyone would think otherwise. So yeah, I don't know. I'm having a good time and I'm ready for tonight.
God fucking damn it. Are you fucking kidding me right now? I'm literally looking for it. So, I'm not even going to talk about anything else. Crossroads, it was a mess. Me and Kevon were like, let's stick together. Me and Jessica were like, let's stick together. The three of us were like, let's stick together, and I thought we were good. And then Jessica's like, yeah, the votes are probably going on you. And I'll be like, all right, I'm good. I got an idol. We're safe. She goes and tells everybody that I have an idol, and then gets herself voted out of the game. And I play my idol on myself because, fuck if I know. I wanted to play it on myself regardless. Like, I knew that if I didn't play it on myself, people were gonna be like, all right, this guy's definitely got it. And you know, we can't go for him like at all. So hooray. That pisses me the fuck off though. Now I'm without a compass and I am on the bottom of my tribe. If they're not, regardless, I'm screwed. Because they're either going to be like, let's vote me or Kevon, they're going to vote me. Or let's vote Lorrie, and then they're still going to be on the bottom. Like, I'm still screwed regardless. Like, I'm on the bottom on this tribe. There's no debating that. I am on the bottom. Nothing's changing that. And that fucking blows. Like, I am in some shit on this tribe. I don't think anyone dislikes me. I think Cole might dislike me after that. But I'm going to have a lot of talking to do tomorrow to figure out how the fuck I'm going to stay. Because if anything, if they don't want to target Lorrie, I'm the next. Because everyone loves Kevon. No one wants to see Kevon go. So I could either prove myself in this challenge and do a fucking fantastic job or what. Like, I don't know. I'm literally looking and for the next compass and doing this confessional as well. Like, I'm just reloading everything and all that. This fucking blows, right? Like, this sucks. I just played a compass wrong. I negated one vote, which was Jessica's vote, because I told her to vote for me. And then everyone else voted Jessica, and me and Kevon voted Cole. So where the fuck does that leave me on this tribe? I guarantee Cole don't trust me anymore. Greg doesn't really care. Maddison doesn't care. And then fucking Mike. Like, Mike doesn't care either. How am I going to explain to them why the fuck me and Kevon voted Cole and I played my idol? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Oh my god. This is fucking stupid. Like, it's bad. It's bad. It's DEFCON 1. Like, I wanted Cole to go. When Jessica and Kevon were like, let's vote for Cole, I was like, fuck it, yeah, let's do it. I didn't even say his name. I was just like, sure. Jessica did everything and shot herself out of this game. I was fine with keeping her around because she was outspoken, but god damn, I didn't know you were going to be like that. Like, shit. If I didn't tell her to vote for me, I wouldn't have gotten a vote. Like, the thing is, I think people actually did like me. And I still think they do. I'm just screwed. Because now, all of a sudden, I think Greg, Maddison, Mike, and Cole, they're not splitting from each other. They're together. And, oh, God, that's not good. That is not good for Jack. Not good for Jack. I am in desperate need of time to privately talk to people and actually get their opinions. Because right now, my only real ally is Kevon. That's it. Everyone else, like, isn't really my ally. Mike kind of is. But, again, they could easily be like, hey, you know what, let's just vote him this time. And I guarantee they were going to vote me this time if Jess didn't go tell everybody that I had an idol. I should have told fucking Jess that I had an idol, because I had a burning feeling in the back of my skull. I was like, Jess is going to go tell everybody that I got an idol, and I'm going to lose all the fucking credibility I had. So now they're probably looking at me and going, well, if Lorrie is nice, and if Lorrie doesn't want to go, and if Lorrie's useful, bye, Jack. I'm gone. So I gotta find a fucking compass again. I did not think I'd be in this spot. I thought I'd be chilling. But here we go, with Cole basically saying immediately that me and Kevon were on the bottom, and now we are. Cole laid it out, and that's where we are. I haven't been an underdog much before, but damn it, I like it. Let's go. Alright, so I realized that these confessionals are like 5 minutes long, and I have so much going on in my fucking head that is not what I can do. So I'm gonna be doing two things. I'm gonna be doing a confessional that you can put in the episodes. That's the 5-minute one that I post on YouTube every day. And then I'm gonna be doing unfiltered thoughts. And this is my unfiltered thoughts confessional. All the things I said in my regular confessional were true. I am very, very stressed because now I know that I'm in a very bad spot in this tribe. There is an alliance of 4 that is going to stay tight. This is Mike, Greg, Maddison, and Cole. So the only thing I can do at this point is just explain my perspective and be like, yeah, this is what happened to me. Like, this is what happened. I can't really do anything about that. The good news is I think people like me. I think people like me. I just think that it got set out very quick that I was the one to go and that I had a compass in my pocket. So I had to do something about that. I obviously wouldn't have played it if I knew I was only getting 1 vote and from Jessica nonetheless, but I realized if people are just going to know I have a compass, it's going to be a game of, are they going to vote for me? Are they going to vote for Kevon? Are they going to vote for someone else? Like, what do I do? So I wanted to get rid of that variable to be like, all right, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to play it on myself and make sure that I'm here tomorrow, which I am. But now I feel very screwed because these guys are going to rip me apart if Lauren is safe. Lorrie. If Lorrie is safe, I'm done. I'm going to go home because they do not want to get rid of Kevon. And they're a tied 4. So the only thing I feel like I think I can do is explain my perspective. And I'm going to throw all the blame on Jessica. I don't give a shit. She's gone. I love you, Jessica. I'm sorry you got voted out, but you're out of the game. I can throw as much shit on you as I want. And the truth is, I did not specifically start anything. Jessica was the one doing it. So I feel like, in all honesty, I got misled. Because the second that she told everybody that I had an idol, they all flipped to her. Because otherwise, it would have been fine. Cole would have gone home. We could have had a potential majority on this tribe with Lauren or Lorrie, or something, or we could flip Mike or whatever. But lo and fucking behold, Jess goes to everyone and says, yeah, he's got the idol. And I'm just like, bitch, are you serious? And then she goes home. Like, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Jess, sweetie, why? Why did you do it? Come on. I'm literally looking for another compass right now, by the way. I will be looking every time that I have time, because it will be up before tomorrow's tribal. So I'm just gonna, peruse, because God knows I need another. I hate being in this position. Usually when I'm in the pre-merge, I'm pretty chill. I'm not on the bottom. I don't have to worry about anything. I have an alliance. I have people willing to protect me, things like that. I don't think that's the case anymore. This is a different time because these fucking bozos are going to try and vote me out if Lorrie is off the table. Everyone said, hey, let's vote out Lorrie if she ever comes back. So I have a round of buffer, maybe, but dude, it's bad. It's really bad. It's terrible. The thing is, I do believe Jessica. Like, she told me they were going to vote for me, and then the second she told everybody that I had an idol, they would flip to her because they were scared I was going to play the idol myself. So everybody, I think the 4 was down with voting for me. So instead of lying about that, I'm going to be 100% honest. Because lies can be good, but if people can see through your lies, they're terrible and they're the worst way to play this game. Honesty can never be beaten. I am often called a villain in a lot of the games I play. I'm often a very devious person. And the reason for that is not because I'm a very deceptive person. I'm not a very, I don't lie a lot. I am incredibly honest. Brutally sometimes. Like, I literally just spit nothing but facts. Because facts are the best thing. Honesty is the best thing. And if I can show people that I can be honest, then maybe they want to keep me around more. The challenge didn't fucking help. I got the shittiest paper plates money could buy. I got fucking terrible paper plates, and I thought I thought they were good, and then I realized, oh shit, this isn't strong enough to hold the ball. Because otherwise, I would have made it first try. And then it was like, oh, dude, I'm totally safe. No one's gonna vote for me. And then when you look at, okay, not only do I have the compass, but then I was very kind of slow on my part of the challenge. You're like, oh shit, all right, maybe we should get rid of Jack. I am honestly convinced that Jess was right. They were gonna vote for me. I feel like I'm next after Lorrie. And the problem is, I am so screwed. So we're gonna think out all the options. Cole's not gonna bite. Cole very clearly drew the line, and I've drawn the line back. So me and Cole are done. That's not happening anymore. So that fucking sucks. So I have Mike, Greg, and Maddison to flip. Jessica said that Maddison and Greg were very attached to Cole. They were attached to Cole at the hip because I'm guessing they feel like Cole is going to be their leader and they can hide behind him, and then once it's time to strike, they can go. Like, I feel like Maddison and Greg are probably tight, and they're probably number ones at this point. It makes sense. And Cole's kind of their leader. So there's Mike. Mike said he likes me, but he was going to vote for me. He never promised me that he would not write my name down. He was going to if Jessica did not go berserk. So I had to, I had to play the idol myself just to be sure. So I know the truth, and I think I'm pretty, I got a good grasp on the truth. I'm like, oh yeah, this is exactly what it is. I have no doubt in my mind that I was the target until Jess went, no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. Yeah, I got no doubt in my mind that is exactly what the case was. I was going to be voted out unless until Jess decided to destroy her game and throw herself to the wolves for me, which was thanks, Jess, but wasted the compass as a result. So now I'm vulnerable, and now I feel like it is, if we keep going to tribal, nothing changes. Lorrie, myself, Q1, and that four is going to stay together. Because I've watched the season expedition, I've watched a few of these, alliances tend to stick together. They're older people, so they're going to be very, very loyal, and that fucking sucks. And that blows. Because that means it is near impossible to crack that. It's bad. It's very bad. Do I have people I dislike anymore? No. I actually don't dislike anyone still. I don't have any bad will towards people. If I explain myself, if I have time to explain myself, I think I'm going to be able to get it off of me. But the problem is, now that this alliance has control, if I go into a private room tomorrow at the start of the game, if I go to a private room and they're like, all right, Jack went into a private room, he's trying to strategize with someone, we got to send him out. But that's the problem with the scheduling. Because in some of these orgs I've played, I have been able to go into rooms whenever I want, coordinate when to strategize, we could talk whenever. It didn't matter. Here it matters. You only get 3 hours a day to play this game. And I want to use all of them, because the more time I get, the more time I'm going to be able to get into people's heads. And clearly shit's not going well. So I need that time. I don't have that time. So I have to pull a rabbit out of my ass, pretty much. Finding another compass would be huge. If I could idle myself till the merge or something, that'd be huge. That'd be fantastic. But I clearly can't do that because, so far I haven't found any shit on any fucking compass at all. So, how am I gonna flip this trap? Because the thing is, I don't want to betray Kevon. Kevon's the only ally I got. Kevon is the only ally that I have. Everybody else was ready to vote me out. And then they flipped to Jess because I had a compass. So I have to figure out a way to flip this. And so we're going to do it here. I can't flip Cole. Cole's gone. I voted him. He knows I don't trust him. I can't flip him. That's done. Greg. Greg is a logical person, and I think he's a very smart person, so I feel like he'd be the hardest to flip out of anybody because he recognizes that if he can hide behind Cole, he's going to go far. And I think he will. I think Greg is set to go really deep in this game because he's really smart. He's really smart, and he knows what he knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows that if he can hide behind Cole, if Cole is the main strategist of the group, then he can just sit. He doesn't have to touch anything. He doesn't have to do anything. So he's chilling. He doesn't have to worry about shit. So he'll be tough, but I think appealing to his sense of logic, I was loyal. I can pin this. I can say regardless, Jess voted for me even though I put my trust in her and I thought I was getting all the votes. I put my trust in her and it was clearly misplaced. And now I'm in a bad spot. Like, I gotta appeal to maybe Greg's sense of pity. Because I do think that people might see me as valuable in the game now that I've played a compass and now that they know. I just have to prove myself in this next challenge. If I do, I'm valuable in this game. And that means they might not get rid of me immediately, which, I get more time, which is nice. Now, with all this being said, if they formed a Final Four, I'm fucked. There's nothing I can do besides just compass, and keep finding and playing. Like, that's all I'm going to be able to do, right? I'm hoping not. I don't think it's a Final Four. They all have been in the same room, so I don't think it's a Final Four, but it's a tight group nonetheless, so that's going to be tight. Alright, so there's Greg. Maddison. What am I going to do about her? She also seems loyal to Cole. I think she's smart enough to realize that she can just hide behind Cole as well, but I think she's a little more flippable. I think I might be able to work some of that flirting magic, maybe. She's my age. She goes to college. She gets it. Like, she gets the lifestyle. So maybe she would be willing to entertain me for a little bit. Again, that's the thing. Like, if I had the time to talk to these people one-on-one outside of the 8 to 11, I would be sick. Because I have so much time to actually build connections with these players. But I had an hour to strategize for the vote, build connections one-on-one, all of that, and it got fucked up so hard. It got fucked up so bad. Like, me telling Jess that I had the idol basically shot my plan in the foot because Jess basically ran to the entire tribe and told everybody that I had the idol, which was fucking stupid. So dumb. If I can get a little bit of flirting in with Maddison, I think I'll be good with that. Maybe. I don't know. And then Mike. I appealed to Mike the most. I was like, Mike, I trust you. I'm not gonna vote for you. I promise. Like, I'm with you. And he was gonna vote for me probably until, Jessica told everybody that I had the idol. And then they flipped to Jessica. So Mike is a loyal person. Like, I can tell. Like, there's no, disloyalty in Mike. He will be loyal, which is very hard. But I have to explain to him that I was loyal and I just misplaced my loyalty. I got put on the bottom really quickly by Cole and I had nothing I could do. I had literally nothing I could do. I was put there, and now I'm having to dig myself a hole out of it. It's a really, really bad spot. The thing is, I've been an underdog before. Like, it's not foreign to me. Like, in one game, I went into a merge down, like, 6-2, OG tribe numbers, and I managed to flip everybody to vote out 2 of that 6-person tribe. So it went well, and I got moves made, and I did stuff. But fuck me, it was a bitch. Like, trying to get that to happen, trying to get that whole thing, it took me almost every hour of my goddamn day to get it done. And so now this is the ultimate challenge, because now I have 3 hours, and not even, I have one hour. They could all go in a room and be like, let's vote Jack, done, game, 30 seconds. I have an hour to try and flip everybody every night. And if it doesn't work, I'm done. It's clear to me the pecking order of this tribe. Lorrie will go first, but then I'm next. Not saying I want to save Lorrie by any means, but like, dude, this is terrible. This fucking sucks. It's so bad. Like, I am so desperately trying to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna survive this game. I'm so desperately trying to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna survive. I'm looking like a madman for a compass right now. Like, I'm looking fucking far and wide for this thing. It's just sad, dude. I hate this. I hate this so much. Playing from the bottom is fun, and it gets me going because I get to basically just do whatever I want and hope it sticks. But in the first vote, I'm on the bottom. Are you serious? The first vote. I like, not even like the third vote, the fourth vote, the first vote. I throw myself on the bottom. I'm gonna have to play the pity game tomorrow. Like, regardless, I'm playing the pity game. All of them were gonna vote me out. It was clear. They were all gonna send me home, and I wasn't gonna have anything to do about it. And they were all gonna vote me out. It was very clear that they weren't gonna do anything about it. Like, I was gone, pretty much. This is tough. I'm still like looking like a madman for this compass. I will be looking like whenever I have time. Like, whenever I have time, I will be looking. There will be no time where I stop unless I like have specifically something that I have to do. I will be looking for this compass 24/7 and making sure that it's mine and not anybody else's. Fuck me though, dude. Like, this is terrible. This is fucking bad. What am I gonna do? You know, like, I can't change, I can't change what happened. All I can do is change people's minds. So I'm gonna play the pity game tomorrow. I don't know how much time or how many individual conversations I'm gonna have to be able to do that, but I'm gonna play the pity game like a motherfucker tomorrow. I don't have a choice. I'm gonna have to be like, look, Jess, she, so she threw, Cole under the bus to me because Cole said that me and Kevon were on the bottom. And said that me and Kevon were on the bottom. And so I was told all these things. I was told that you're gonna vote for me. like this. All right, I'm an actor. Let's picture this conversation out. All right. Hey Mike, how's it going? It's going good, man. I wanted to talk about Crossroads and all of that, if that's cool with you. Yeah? All right, cool. The reason why I voted Cole, I was told by Jessica that Cole basically immediately said that me and Kevon were the bottom of the tribe and that we were getting voted out. That's what I heard. That's what I thought it was. That's what I thought it was. And so I was like, oh, this sucks. 'Cause I realized that when Jessica was the entire tribe, I was like, it's everybody but me, Kevon, and Jessica who were like, yeah, Jack's gotta go. And so I was really I was torn up about that because I obviously didn't do as well as I thought I could in the challenge, but I also thought I was, at least decently liked or something. And, I was like, all right, if he said, Jessica was like, all right, if he said that, then we should get rid of him. And I was like, I can, that's fine. If he did that, I don't know if I have a choice because they'll be voting for me. So I was like, okay, I guess I can do that. And then she said, yeah, it's looking pretty bad. People are gonna vote for you. And I was like, okay, I guess I can, I'll tell Jessica I have the compass and I'll be good. So she doesn't gotta worry about it. She went and told everybody about it. She went around and told the entire tribe that I had the compass. I don't know. It just felt so bad because all I wanted to do was extend an olive branch to at least someone and be like, hey, have faith in me. I'm valuable. I have this and we'll be good. And then the rug got pulled out from under me because I misplaced my trust. Do you see what I mean? I'm really torn up about it because I had a feeling y'all were gonna vote for me, and I was really upset because I had a feeling y'all were gonna vote for me, and I had a feeling you would have, unless Jessica told the tribe that I had the idol, told the party that I had the compass and all of that, and it just made me sad because I didn't want to betray anybody. I didn't want to do anything bad, but I felt basically immediately forced into a corner. So I don't know. I feel screwed, admittedly, Mike. I feel like I tried to stay. I feel like I really tried to do everything I could. I did nothing wrong, and then I basically got put in a situation where I was on the bottom, and now I am. And I feel really upset about that because I really do like you, and to think that you and then Greg and Maddison, Cole were all ready to send me home, I was just tore me up, man, because all I want is honesty, because I'm being completely honest. I had to hide that I wanted to hide that I had the compass, but that was the only thing I wanted to hide. I've been truthful about everything I've said here. There's no lies that I've told or anything like that. So all I just want is honesty. Will you just tell me why? You just tell me why, it was me, why you wanted to vote for me, because I know that votes were going my way unless Jessica told everybody that I had an idol, and she did. So I just want to know. And so that's basically the pitch I'm going to give to Mike tomorrow. And pretty much, not everybody, I'm going to, like, you know, personalize it and all that, but, like, I don't know. It's going to be so hard to crack this bubble. I feel really bad. A compass would be huge, obviously, but trying to find that again, having the luck of finding 2 compasses in a row is going to be really fucking stupidly hard. It's going to be really stupidly hard. I know it. So I'm not really, like, excited to look for it because I'm going to be killing myself trying to look for this thing. It's terrible. I fucking hate this. We're in a squeeze, fellas. We're in a squeeze, but I will not give up. You know that. So I've been in an underdog position before. Can I do it? And can I whip it out again? I guess this is my Facebook. Oh, that's from 2 years ago. I'm still looking for the compass. Sorry. But yeah. I gotta play my fucking mind out to stay in this game, and that's exactly what I tend to do. So, peace.
So, last night was the first vote to evict and the first team challenge. We lost. Team coach lost. I thought we were doing really, really good, but Lorrie dropped the ball. So, we ended up at the crossroads, and for the first 15 minutes back at camp, I heard my name attached to Jack's name, which sucks because I wanted to work with Jack. But it turns out that Jessica went home. I did vote for Cole, but I don't want anyone to know that I voted for Cole because it turns out that he had the votes to stay anyway. And Jessica made this really weird speech when initially during camp. She was like, she wants him gone, he has to go. And then right before we go in to vote, she's like, Cole, I just want you to know, like, I'm 100% with you. And I'm like, what? Like, that doesn't even make sense. So I don't know. Like, I need to get a better read on these people. I don't know. Like, I'm not in my mojo. I don't feel like I'm in my mojo yet. I need something to get me there. So I'm hoping tonight we can pull out this win and we kind of do some damage. Like, yeah, we need to do some damage. So hopefully I'll come back through with some more good stuff. But right now it's kind of slow. It sucks because we lost. Yeah. That's all I got for you guys.
Good morning. This is Lorrie the Nan from Team Coach, and this is my day 2 confessional. So I did terribly at the challenge yesterday. It wasn't for lack of trying. I tried and I tried, but I just couldn't lay in that paper towel on top of that plate without knocking everything else down. In any case, I was just sure that my team was going to vote me out for that. So at the end of the challenge, the other team, Team Fishback, was able to kidnap someone from our team, and they chose me. So that made me immune from getting voted out at Crossroads, which is good. I went to the other camp, and everybody was super nice. I gelled really good with everybody on that team. And I'm interested in forming a alliance with some members from the other team. So if I make it to the merge, then I think I have allies over there. So at this point, I think that anytime they have to choose someone from the other team when they win a challenge, if I can make it through, then I'm pretty sure that they will pick me every time to kidnap me, which will help keep me safe until the merge. So at this point, that's my hope to kind of align with some of the people from the other team. Have a great day. Thanks.
So today was absolutely insane. Like, insane. Like, craziest day so far. I know there's only been 2 days, but I am, like, I've never been more stressed in my entire life. So we're practicing the challenge and I'm doing pretty good. And then, like, we said, oh, we're going to go in alphabetical order. And I noticed I'm after Lorrie. And Lorrie, obviously, she's older, so not that necessarily means anything, but usually the older people tend to be weaker. And clearly that was the case for this challenge. She couldn't pull her weight. She never gave up, that's for sure. She was definitely trying. I'm not saying she's not trying, but it's like, at this point in the game, we need to keep the tribe strong. Because if we don't, then we're going to keep losing, and then more people are just going to be going home. And obviously that's not what we want. We want to make it far. So I was upset that I didn't really get to compete, because not only did my party mates not see how I do in challenges, but they also could take that and be like, oh, like, she didn't compete, we have nothing to base it off of, we're gonna vote her out. Which obviously I don't want to go home, I want to stay. I'm having so much fun. So when we get back to Tribal, obviously everything's chaotic because they stole Lorrie, which I felt like was expected because she was kind of the obvious vote for us to do tonight. So obviously I talked to Mike. Me and Mike are pretty tight. I really like me, him, and Cole as a solid 3 right now. Obviously if we could expand that to S4 with Greg, and then we take off Lady K and Jack and Lorrie, and then hopefully S4 go to the merge, and it's all rainbows and butterflies, and we make it to the end. But obviously that's not how this game works. There's so much that can go into play, like advantages. I was not expecting Jack to play an idol at all. He was the last person I thought. Like, I was shocked when he played it. Like, obviously Jessica told Cole that he had it, but if Jessica was aligned with Jack, why would she do that? Was she the other vote for Cole, or did she vote for Jack? And if not, then who was that second vote for Cole? Honestly, it might have been Lady K. I'm not entirely sure. I only talked to her really quickly. I'm not really sure where her head's at. I know she didn't want to vote Jack out. She was more like leaning towards Jessica, I guess, when I talked to her. But that could have changed when she talked to Jessica or Jack or literally anyone. Like, this game is crazy. I'm just happy it wasn't me. I'm happy that me, Cole, and Mike are solid. I'm really happy with that 3. I think, obviously, if the challenge does not go well tomorrow, then we will be sending home Lorrie. But I could be completely wrong, and we could try to go after Jack, because he's going after my main guy, Cole, which is obviously not okay with me. But we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed everything goes good, and we win, and we don't have to worry about any of this. So yeah.
All right, confessional. Just went to our first tribal. Don't want to go there. Not a place you want to be. But the ultimate thing is, I'm here. I survived. And for that, for team coach, we do a little coach this. Nah, whatever he does when he goes, and then the other arm. We don't know what that is, but we're team coach and we rock out, and we rep team coach to the day we die. So we are here. We're going to be doing these fighter poses every single time I'm here, every single time I survive a tribal council. But I finally got to talk to Maddison. I finally got to talk to Cody, Jesus Christ, Cole, and Greg. Those are the 4 people that I really wanted to build something with. Maybe not Cole initially, but since he told Maddison he had good vibes with me, I'm ready to nourish it. And I really want to nourish Maddison and Greg. I have a really good feeling about those 2. Cole is still a really good player, and he's a little schemy. You can tell he's got his mind on the game. So I'd rather be close with that and get the numbers and work right now and have a close bond if we keep losing. I really hold my game on alliances and people you can move forward with. And if we can have Cole, me, Maddison, and Greg control the votes from here on out, we pretty much choose who goes home. Jake wasted his idol. I had my eyes on Jake going into today, and at the end of the day, he put my name down day 1, which is not good. So you come after me like that, you better watch out. But I will say, I told Jake I'm here for him. I didn't vote for him. I'll tell him. I voted for Jess. Some people voted for Jake, so I was very happy to split the votes and for me to put Jess down. There was some uncertainty if he was actually going to play as idol, but I was willing to take that chance to make sure if Jake is still here that I did not vote for him. So if we do lose again, I could say, hey, we didn't vote Jess. I'm here with you. And we could send him home tomorrow. Or I could bring him in, put it into a majority that I'm already in, and he could be the 5th, and he thinks that he's going to be safe going forward. So we're going to see. But I'm ready to move in with Cole, Greg, Maddison, and me. And we control the votes from here on out. So I'm upset we lost. I do not like to lose. I didn't have a chance to compete today, which sucks. And at the end of the day, we lost. So you never want to go to tribal. The only good thing about tribal is you see where the tribe dynamics are in a sense, but you never want to go there. Your name could come up, you could go home. And in this game, you're fucking crazy if you ever want to go to tribal. So the only tribal I'm trying to go to is final tribal council. I'm trying to win this game. So I'm just so excited that I finally got a chance to talk to people I wanted to talk to privately. And that's how we built a strategy today, because we executed and we came together and we built something. So let's go. We're early in the game. It's all about building relationships. I'm maybe being a little too social. I don't want to be too social all the time, but that is just my natural personality. And some other orgs have kind of, lesser my personality, but I feel like it's coming out a little bit. But I also do a good job in orgs not showing my true cards in this game. I never want people to think I'm a true strategic threat. I kind of want to act a little dumb. I kind of want to be like Dan from Big Brother, when he won season 6 or whenever it was, or 10. He was always kind of controlling the game, always in the know, but people kind of looked at him a little silly. I want that to be me. I want to be a strategic mind behind the game. I want people to say Mike's a trustworthy guy, Mike's a cool guy, but I don't think he's going to lead a vote or really make any hard decisions. But I'm going to be in a lot of votes, and people are going to see that. There might be some times in this game where you get left behind. That happens sometimes. It's hard to play a perfect game. So kind of play a little under the radar game, be a true team player, make people know I'm really here for the team, and hopefully that alliance of 4 stays strong and we pretty much decide where to go. Jake lost his idol, Jack, so, it's out there. Unless Lorrie has something. So at the end of the day, I'm here doing a little coach. Let's go. Got the dragon blood, coach in my blood during this expedition online. So again, I'm here. I live to see another day, and I hope to see a lot of days. Later.
Okay, so that was day 2. It was a great day to be safe and win the freaking exemption challenge. I am so fucking happy with the result. I was shitting brick. No, I wasn't shitting bricks. I was shitting cinder blocks. That's how nervous I was. Honestly, not because of everybody else, but because of me. I was just not getting the hang of the challenge, but when I finally did, it was glorious, and we won, and I'm very, 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 very happy, and I'm also very happy that we got to kidnap Lorrie, because she was absolutely delightful, and it was also very strategic on our end, because the fishback party had the feeling that the coach party was going to target Lorrie because they already voted her out. And she was the one who, I don't want to say that she, cost them the challenge, because I know she was giving her 110%, but she was the one who took the longest. She was the reason why they didn't win, I guess you could say. Sorry, Lorrie. Love you, girl. But, otherwise, it was a great, great night. We actually had to go into other rooms with people from our party, and I got to talk to some folks that I hadn't really gotten to talk to one-on-one and in smaller groups, which is great, because I feel like we all love to share, and sometimes we just talk over each other. And I actually went to the water well first with Randy. If you remember from Confessional 1, I was not too keen on Randy because of how much he talked, but we got along very well. We ended up taking a shot together, and I think he did wine, I did vodka. We did it in the spirit of saving the planet and protecting the environment, which was very nice, and it was just, it was a nice time. And Robbie joined us, and he took a shot of tequila, I think. I also picked up some chocolate almond milk so that I could, embrace Rhonda's love of chocolate milk. Had to be almond milk, though, because IBS, very real. I learned that Randy has a turtle named David, so we all told Lorrie that one of the things that she needs to tell the coach party when she goes back is that there was a turtle named David, and if they ask anything about our party, that's what she's going to tell them, as well as little information as possible. I don't know. We talked about Taco Bell, we talked about bugs, and bug juice, which I'm still not entirely sure what that was. I really, really hope that we can keep this win streak alive because I genuinely love the dynamic of our party. I feel like we're really starting to get into a groove. I feel like, we're understanding each other a little bit more. And if anything about tomorrow's challenge was anything like today, we got this. And even if it isn't, I feel like we have enough synergy that we can pull through. And I feel like who I'm itching to talk to the most is Jeni. I get such good energy from her. She seems so warm, so kind. She circled back to me when I didn't get to say something, and I said, I have a suggestion. And then, the conversation continued. She was like, David, what do you have to say? And I was like, so thoughtful. Love you, Jeni. So I haven't really gotten to speak to her one-on-one. I've talked to Holden in a small group, Randy in a small group, Robbie in a small group, Rhonda in a small group, Simona in a small group, and the only people I haven't talked to in a small group are Zyanya and Jeni, which I'd really, really like to, because I want to connect with them more on an individual basis. And with Robbie, him and I talked a little bit about being queer and how we have come to be the people who we are today. And I love being able to bond with him. And I feel like we're getting closer, and I want that. I want that unity. I want it. And I don't even want to think about, I really thought today I was coming in today to be all strategic, but I've decided, and as the night went on, just don't even want to think about it. I legitimately really enjoy people. And I'm sure when I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to be so nervous, and I'm going to be thinking about scrambling and what happens if we don't win. But right now, I don't want to think about that. I want to celebrate our victory and hopefully keep this going on. Peace.
Getting that first win was huge. I wasn't really sure on how everyone's really first impressions of everyone were going to go. By the feel of it, everyone's still kumbaya. There weren't really any not too long of split-offs, and from what I gathered, there wasn't too many individual strategy talks. Hopefully I wasn't excluded on anything, but we didn't really have anything to talk about, so I think we're in the clear. Being able to abduct Lorrie and extract that information from her, that was pretty crucial. She was feeling on the outs, so it wasn't too hard to exploit. We found out that her and Rhonda did in fact get a clue. Rhonda really only alluded to the fact that it was possible. After we got Lorrie to share the clue with us, it became apparent to me that it was the exact same clue, and I was no closer to finding it. It did help my game a little bit, though, because I was able to share that information with more of my allies without even pointing a target on my back. I didn't have to share my clue with anyone. I didn't have to say I was looking for a clue or that I found one at any point. I just had to say, I got Lorrie's clue that she got from the summit on day one, and Rhonda lied about it. Can you believe that? When in reality, I'm pretty sure I've been the one looking the most. Rhonda kind of implied that she wasn't tech savvy enough to make the rounds searching, and I really don't think Lorrie would offer up the clue if she had been able to successfully make something happen. My really only concern is that someone on the other tribe did also get the clue and was able to make something happen, because it is the same clue, and statistically there's probably only one advantage in the game in play at this point. I'm really hoping that if I don't retrieve it, it is possible to know where it lands, And the best odds of that happening is if it's on my tribe. We took a few brief minutes to look for it a little bit. No one really seemed to get any traction. I tried to play it coy. I didn't want to tell anyone that I found the clue, especially because it was there with everyone there. I think I probably overplayed my strategy hand a little bit too much already. I've suggested an outcome for every scenario that's been presented so far, and usually it's something we think about for at least a minute. So I'm a little concerned that people might be pegging me as a strategist already. That's never good this early in the game, but we are very kumbaya. Hopefully no one really uses that as ammo at this point. We don't really know what the challenges are going to be. I've shown to be useful in what we've been offered so far.
Oh wow, we had the best day. We won our challenge, Team Fishback, which was awesome. So we did not have to go to Crossroads, which was huge. We had extra time chit-chatting and getting to know everybody a lot better. We went everywhere from pets to what we like to drink to everything. It was so much fun. We got to bring in Lorrie from Coach's team and see anything she could give us with details about that team and kind of what they're up to. And she was amazing too. We definitely all loved Lorrie. I think all of us are so tight knit right now. It's going to be hard if we happen to lose a challenge. So hopefully we keep winning. So far our strategy is to kind of just keep winning and not have to go to Crossroads and see what happens from there. But if we do lose, it'll be a tough time for all of us. It definitely will. We were grateful that we didn't have to see Rhonda go yesterday, which was huge that she was able to stay in the game. But we had such a great time and just laugh upon laugh upon laugh, which is awesome. So we definitely love this game. Thanks. Confessionals for second day, take 2. I wanted to talk a little bit more about us winning and having Lorrie come on our side for a little bit to chit chat with her. We learned a lot about what happened with her and Rhonda the first day, and that they kind of had an early lead on an advantage, and Lorrie kind of gave us a little bit of what we learned. I've been trying to check around all day looking for the advantage, and I'm not quite there yet, but hopefully I find one. Definitely fun. I'm definitely totally giving it my all right now, and I feel like I am completely 100% in this game. I don't feel like there's much else to think about except for this right now, and it's super, super fun, which is awesome. But I'm hoping tonight, the challenge, what it may be, we do okay. I'm really hoping if it is a strength challenge, like we're guessing with the cans, that maybe Randy and Rhonda both have shoulder issues, so we have to try to figure out what to do there. Hopefully we have a few other strong players that can make up the time for that if they can't hold it up as much. If that's the challenge, we have no idea. But like I said, this is amazing, amazing opportunity. I'm having so much fun. I had some of my friends from Minnesota that I haven't seen in years stop by just a little bit ago, and I told them a little bit about what I'm doing, and not really much about the show, of course, or our game itself, but they are going to start a fan club for me, which is awesome. They said they're my number one fans, which is awesome. So I do think that'll be fun, and they're definitely excited to watch this. And I think one of the girls may be interested in trying out for one of the next seasons. So hopefully that's a good thing. But thank you for this opportunity, and I can't wait for tonight. Thanks.
So it is challenge day, our first challenge as a tribe, or I guess you could say second challenge, because we did the whole puzzle thing. And we're all feeling pretty good. We all had a great time preparing for it, practicing. We felt great going into the challenge. And man, I was the second one up. I was so nervous. I was like, if this plate does not cooperate with me, I swear I will lose it. It went great. It was a back and forth challenge the entire time. We were able to pull it out in the end after Lorrie, bless her heart, struggled at the challenge. And then we had a huge twist. So we thought we were going to have the night just to chill and relax. And we actually found out that we got to steal someone from their tribe and effectively make them immune for Crossroads. So after speaking about who we wanted to take, we decided on Lorrie because we all know that they were going to vote out Lorrie. I mean, it was a no-brainer. That's where they were going to go. So we decided, hey, let's save her. And plus, it would have been terrible to have her being voted out twice in the span of 2 days. So we saved Lorrie. We found out a lot of great information. We found out they're not great at puzzles. We discovered kind of the dynamics of the tribe, and it sounds like they've really already kind of formed a bunch of cliques, where us at the Fishback tribe have just kind of kumbaya, got to know each other a little bit. And that's what we did tonight too. We had a great time chatting about so many different things. We showed our pets. We took a bunch of shots together. We talked about like what the best drink in the world is. Like, it was a bunch of fun stuff. And that's what you're getting at the Fishback tribe, is just a bunch of wonderful moments of everyone just getting to know each other. I know we're going to be in danger when we have to go to tribal though. So that makes me really nervous moving forward. The fact that nobody has talked any gameplay, or either that or everyone's talked gameplay and I am just on the outs. So it's one or the other, and it's making me a little bit nervous, but I got to keep my composure here. There was a moment where a few of us had to do some activities around camp. I volunteered to go get water, where I got to speak with Robbie and David for the majority of the time, David especially, and Simona also stopped in, which is kind of cool because those are two of the people I really wanted to work with, and I'm getting closer with Robbie in a sense, but Simona and David were literally two of the four people or three people I talked about. Throw in Zyanya there as well. Those are the three I want to work with moving forward, but I just don't want to vote anyone off. Like, everyone right now is just in a happy mood, and I just don't want to target anybody. I really don't. Tomorrow we started kind of strategizing for the immunity challenge tomorrow, and I really hope this doesn't affect my standing in the game, but I have a really bad shoulder. I just got over shoulder surgery for a terrible injury, and I just finished up 6 months of physical therapy, and this shoulder is still like extremely sore. So I was like, if it's anything like this or up like this, I might have to sit out the challenge, just because I don't know how long my shoulder can take that. It might get tired out really fast, but everything is good at the Fishback tribe. Too good right now. Like, everyone is just getting to know each other, and we're forming a really great relationship. And I think everybody is getting along for the most part. I just don't know where we will go from here if we have to end up voting someone off. So I'm very nervous about that.
Let's get into some things, shall we? So last night, Team Fishback won our tribe immunity. The challenge was awesome, so big shout out to challenge coordinator Jess. You absolutely slayed the house boots down. I've never seen that challenge before, but it was a lot of fun, so thank you for that. That was awesome. So ultimately the challenge was you had to take a tape measure that was 6 feet, mark both ends from the start of the tape measure to the end of it, and from there you had to take 9 solo cups and go from one end to the other end to build a 4-3-2-1 pyramid, placing a paper plate on top. Go back to the other side of the measuring tape, take a paper towel, ball it up, and toss it and land it on top of the paper plate. Once you completed your part of it, the next person could go. It was a relay style challenge, and Team Fishback, did what we had to do, gave them that razzle dazzle, and understood the assignment. We won tribe immunity, and I was so pumped. I won't lie though, I had a little doubts. I was doubting my tribe a little bit, just because this is our first time interacting as a tribe, and I'll be honest, Rhonda was our closer. I don't know anything about Rhonda. I don't know Rhonda's challenge ability. I know what I'm capable of, and the challenge was hard for me. Rhonda was having technical difficulties, so I thought maybe tossing a paper towel on top of the paper plate might have been difficult, but she did it the fastest, so absolutely killed the challenge. So big shout out to Rhonda. You really rocked it last night, and you deserve that title, Rockin' Rhonda. I was fully convinced that we were going to go to tribal council, so I thought of something. And it didn't work out, but, you know, I may still have to see what I can do tonight if we go to tribal council, you know what I mean? So, your girl Jeni must have, again, wrote down my name. And listen, I don't want to get, like, you know, tunnel vision and be, like, in this zone where I'm like, Jeni. Like, no, that's not how I play these games. But a person who wrote down my name once will certainly write it down again. So, my plan tonight is if we end up going to tribal council, I would like to convince people to split on Jeni and Rhonda, just because Rhonda got to go to the summit with Janet, and we found out that they did receive an idol clue. So last night, to just backtrack a little bit, last night when team coach went to Crossroads, we got to pick someone from their tribe to come over and save us. Now, we chose to save Lorrie. I like that idea, didn't love that idea. If it were up to me, I think Jessica will leave based on what Lorrie told me, but I didn't think that we should have saved Lorrie because if Lorrie stayed on team coach and was voted out, it would almost be a little more confirmation. We can't be 100%, but it would have been confirmation that Rhonda might not have something. And obviously, we wrote her name down once. We should probably just vote her out again because, again, if somebody writes your name down once, they're willing to write it down again. And Rhonda has every reason to want to flip. Like, it was a unanimous vote besides Jeni, obviously. But it's like, if we were to swap and you're swapped into a minority with Rhonda, you're probably screwed. So it's like, if Lorrie would have went, it would have been confirmation that maybe Rhonda doesn't have anything else, and it sets up that layup, that easy vote. And I know it's so rude to call someone an easy vote, but it just would have given us a little more information. But now we don't know if they have anything. Luckily, when Lorrie came over, Lorrie gave us a little information. She did say that they got a head start to the idol clue that was on challenge coordinator Jess's profile, and I still am convinced that Rhonda does not have the idol just because I found it and it was gone. So, you know, Rhonda could have it. But I am fully convinced that David has the idol. And here's why. So last night, after, you know, we were chilling, talking, doing the thing, Prod came and, you know, with a little razzle dazzle, and they're like, someone needs to attend the fire, someone needs to go get water, and they had to be in those chats for 10 minutes. So 2 people had to go to the fire chat, 2 people had to go to the water well, and they had to be in those chats for 10 minutes. Well, I stayed in the main cam because, again, I want to be where the numbers are at, baby. Like, you're not about to put me in a minority. It is a great chance to talk to someone, right? And with Lorrie being there, it wasn't the best time for us to, like, connect or solidify anything, like, solid or whatever, because, you know, we still have a guest in our presence, you know what I mean? So it's like, no real major game talk. It was all friendly, cute, fun, or whatever, which is still important, you know, make that good first impression so people don't want to vote you. But I didn't get to, you know, get down to the nitty gritty as I would have liked to. So Simona went to the water well, which had Randy and David in there. And I wanted to get to talk to those 2. So when Simona came back and they're like, oh, they were taking shots, you better believe I was like, oh, I want to take a shot. And I ran to go to the kitchen. And yes, I took a shot. If that was going to be my way in with those people, I was going to take a shot. I was going to take 2 shots, 3 shots, whatever it took to have an excuse to go and chat with those people. So chatted with Randy and David. It was a lot of personal, but at one point Randy had left and went back to the main chat, and I had this amazing bonding experience with David. Like, he's such a sweet person. We really bonded about our queerness and just the Illinois life, and it was such a great moment. And like I said, I really want to work with Z, Holden, David, and Simona. Like, and myself, that would be a strong 5. Love that. So I think having that conversation with David was essential last night. And you know what? I'm here for it. I'm so happy that we had that moment. And then Holden comes in on 10. He jumps into the call, and right away Holden is like, Lorrie told us that they got an idol clue, blah, 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 blah. Should we try to find it? X, Y, and Z. So it was like, I feel like I kind of put them on the back burner because we're having a conversation right here and I need this moment right here. But I'm going to do a better job of addressing that. And now that I know that it's gone, I think I'm going to share, now that everybody kind of knows that it was out there, that it's gone type deal. And that'll be the plan and the seed that I plant, that we need to split on Rhonda. And I think Jeni from the block gotta go. You know, baby, I'm sorry, but you wrote down my name once. You shouldn't have wrote it down. So that's the plan. I had an awesome bonding moment with David. I still feel great about Holden. I still feel great about Z. And I really just think that last night was such a better time for me to like insert myself with my personality and whatnot. And I ain't gonna lie, you know, I kind of ate the girls up with the challenge. I mean, I didn't do it as fast as Rhonda did, but you know what I mean? We were behind when it came to me. And then what I do, stack. Boop, blah. Okay, got it. You go. I was really feeling myself. So excited about that. Because normally I suck at this shit. So that felt really good. And on top of feeling good, let me tell you, so it's so dope that we get to interact with the survivors. So Mr. Fishback, I shared his email with us, and I sent Fishback an email. And let me just read you the first 2 sentences of Fishback's response. It was, I don't have a Fishback voice, but Robbie, it's so great to hear from you. I loved your video. You are my #1 pick. And when I picked you, I said, this is the guy who's going to win the whole thing. Damn right I am. Damn right I am, Mr. Fishback. You got it right. He said, you had such great energy and seemed to radiate so much positivity that I figured everyone would love you. And they will, and wouldn't realize what a gamer you are. And they won't. I love that. Let me tell you, I was glowing from reading that. I haven't even read the rest of it yet because I had to stop there and just bask in the ambience of greatness. Like, I wanted to be on Team Fishback. I'm so excited. And I'm just, y'all, we are playing the game. It is day 2. And I don't know about you, but I'm feeling day 2. Sorry, that was bad. But I'm just so excited. Just to recap a little bit. So I had some thoughts about that first challenge or whatever, right? So, Jeni and Randy were working on the triangle piece. And it took them so damn long. And I swear, Jeni had the number 13 written down. I was like, how are y'all getting 14 and 15? Like, I counted it once, clear. Counted it twice, 13. You had a hint, kind of, with the number of letters within the channels. But I don't think Jeni wanted to come off as a challenge threat. So, she didn't want to say the number. It's whatever. I can't. Randy is also at fault. It took y'all way too long to count the triangles. Whatever. That's over. So, just to kind of recap all of my thoughts, because, you know, it's a little crazy in my mind. So, just to recap some of my thoughts. Jeni threw the first challenge. It wasn't for immunity or anything, so it's fine. Rhonda ate in that challenge. You do what you got to do. I had a great bonding moment with David. Fishback made a great choice, and I'm so happy to be on Team Fishback. And I still think that, I believe, let me double check the name. I believe that Jessica is going to be the first one voted out of that tribe, and we should have left Lorrie over there just to get confirmation that Lorrie was not, or did not have an idol. It's whatever. We got some information from her. It's fine. And I think that David has the idol, just because when Holden was sharing that information, David did not, his interest did not like peak up. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, there was an idol clue, blah, blah, blah. It's almost like David knew. And David is a survivor historian. So I found the idol under a comment on Coach's page. And I just feel like with the clue that was given, David would have probably been like, it's this image. Let me go find this image, X, Y, and Z. My ass, I had never seen the season Tocantins Tocantins, however you say it. I haven't seen it, so I wasn't that familiar with it. When it said they'll be glowing, I thought maybe they'd be sitting by fire and the glow from the fire would be like what was making them glow. But I saw the picture, they was glowing, kind of how I was glowing when I was reading that message from Fishback. But yeah, so I found out that it's gone, and knowledge is power. And I kind of feel gross that I'm targeting, Jeni and Rhonda because, I do stand women, but it is also a game. And I got to do what I have to do. And I feel like now, if we lose the challenge tonight, now is a great time to plant that seed that, our tribe is great. We have to vote somebody. And why not vote Jeni? So, Ms. Jeni, you shouldn't have wrote down my name. And if we lose tonight, it may be your time to go. And I'm not sorry about it. All right. Sorry, I know this is over 5 minutes, but I just want to say I'm having such a good time. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Hey, guys. Simona. Welcome to day 2. So we're going to start with the challenge, and then we're going to go to all the bullshit that happened after that. So, start with the challenge. I actually got the lead back for us. We were behind, and I was able to pass Lorrie. I switched my napkin because my first napkin, I just been crumpling it and re-crumpling it to the point that it didn't it wasn't crumpling anymore, and it was too fluffy, and it was just flying up in the air, and I was like, that's not helping. I looked like I was throwing poorly. It was the napkin's fault. I crumpled a new napkin, and as soon as they said I could use it, because there was a question about that, I literally landed it on the first try. And then Rhonda, out of nowhere, landed it on the second try, and we won. It was spectacular. I was really nervous for a decent portion of that. Thank you, Lorrie, for doing as terribly as you did, respectfully. So after that, we got to steal someone from the other tribe or team. Obviously, I wanted that to be Jack because I vaguely know him a little bit, and I don't want him going home. And so I wanted to just steal him, make sure he wasn't going anywhere. And he did do decently badly in the challenge, so I was hoping that people would maybe be on board with that. But because Lorrie did worse, and because she had been the person that they voted out initially, I stole her just for that fact, basically. Well, we did, yeah. And like I said, it wasn't my first choice, but it definitely made sense, and I wasn't gonna push too hard because people were gonna be like, why? Well, no reason. Yeah. So that's what happened there. And then we sat there, and we were just sitting, and we were sitting, and here's where it gets a little toughy. So we had to do chores, and we split up, and I wanted to go to a room so badly, and I didn't get a spot in a room, and I was like, oh, maybe we all want to break up. Do we want to do that? And then Holden was like, yeah, I'll go to this chat. I was like, okay, I'm going to join the water well. And then no one else joined Holden. So it looked like I chose not to go with Holden. And I ended up bouncing right back, being like, sorry, they were talking about nothing. I said they were doing shots because they were. And I was like, I need to be in there because I can't in this setting. So I rejoined, and I was just, the whole time I was so mad at myself for not joining Holden, because now I'm worried he's gonna think that why did I choose to go with those people instead of him? Maybe he's not reading into it. He seems like the type of person who's gonna read into it, so that's definitely something I have to damage control tomorrow. It gets worse. So then there was a point where me, Holden, Jeni, and Lorrie were alone in the chat, and Lorrie was like, well, did anyone get the clue yesterday? And we were all like, what clue? I know what clue. I got the clue twice. And I realize now that Rhonda could very easily expose that she did give the clue to me and David, and that would make me look really bad to Jeni and Holden. So let's hope they don't compare there. But so we were kind of brainstorming and all that. I was acting clueless, and I thought I was doing a pretty good job. Then out of nowhere, Holden ended up joining the other chat. I think it was with David and Robbie. Now, I like David and Robbie a lot. Those are two people that are like high, like basically top of my list to work with. Like, Robbie, I saw your Funko Pops. That confirmed the fact that I need to work with you. I collect as well. And so I was just distraught because David has this clue. And so if Holden had gone and asked about the clue, David easily could have been like, yeah, Rhonda gave that to us yesterday. And then Holden would have known I was like playing dumb in the chat. And I don't know if they were looking for it together. Like, if Holden chose to share it and then they were looking for it all together and then they found it miraculously and then saw that it was claimed, it would very easily come back on me that I'm the one who has it. Now, here's my thing at this point. I don't mind if David knows. I don't want everybody knowing by any means. So I'm stressed. I don't want people knowing that I have the compass. But there really wasn't much strategy talk today. I wish there was. I wanted more breakouts. I have some damage control to do with Holden tomorrow. I need to talk to David if possible. I want to talk to Robbie if possible. I want to talk to Z if possible. We vibed. I vibe with everyone. Holden's the main one that I'm like worried about. Rhonda can be a liability, and that's not in challenges and partially technologically, but just because of her personality. She's very open about the fact that she's very honest and very blunt, which is great, but not for me in this game if she's going to be honest with someone about something that I need her to be keeping quiet. So that's where we're at. A less successful day 2 than day 1, potentially. I mean, we won exemption, and that's pretty big for me. Like, I did a thing, an athletic thing that took like aim and all that, so that was exciting. But yeah, that's kind of the update on today. And I did see who got voted off, just because I know how Discord works quite well, and you can see that Jessica's role was changed to be pre-jury, and no one else noticed that, and I wasn't gonna be like, oh, actually I know how to use Discord and this is what happened, because why do I know how to play Discord? No reason. So that's been the day. Hopefully we can win again tomorrow. I need to get some of these one-on-one conversations badly, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. Oh, and I got an awesome email back from Fishback. Hello. I sent him a very long email and I felt really bad because I was like, oh my god, Simona, like, you're so crazy, you're so neurotic, there's no way this man's gonna read your long email. And he sent me back an equally long email, and I was like, heart was so warm. I felt very validated. So that was good. I love Fishback based on just the 2 interactions I've had with him so far, and obviously from before that, but definitely the right captain for me. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Hello, welcome to day 2 confessional. Technically it's day 3, but I didn't have time last night. So last night was fun and terrifying because I choked hard on that challenge. I thought I would do better, but in the moment the pressure was just stressing me out, and I just was fumbling and I couldn't get it. And then immediately after, David went, and he was also going through a similar struggle, and it was just really scary. But then we managed to get through the rest and get Rhonda landed it in 2. Are you kidding me? Okay, challenge beast, keeping my eye on you. Never underestimate anyone, ever. That's what I've learned in these games. And yeah, Lorrie definitely, it got stuck, and we won the challenge, and our reward was getting to abduct someone. And so we discussed it. We went through a couple of options. Someone tried to pitch Maddison because they're like, she looked pissed, so she would tell us the most information. And I was kind of like, Lorrie is clearly on the outs because they voted her out first, so she would be the one most likely to tell us information. And I'm sure other people had different motivations for choosing her too. A lot of it, I think, was just the fact that us knowing, more likely than not, they would try to vote her out. And so, let's not let that happen, because, how terrible would it be to be voted out first and then come back and then be voted out first again? That's an awful feeling. So that's that, and I guess that's the humanitarians in us. But for me personally, and I'm sure other people are thinking the same thing too, my thought process was of course, let's not let's do the kind thing and not just like leave her for slaughter over there. But also, since she is on the outs, she's more likely to give us information. And not only that, if she is on the outs, then she would be considered the easy vote, right? Because everybody already voted her out first. And so it just like the logical thought process would be, let's vote her again. Easy, simple, right? And so for me, what I wanted to do was maximize the amount of chaos we could throw their direction. And so I wanted to disrupt whatever plans they have, whatever majority they might have going on, because Lorrie did reveal that it seems a little like people are kind of being cliquish, and like the younger people are getting together, and then the older people on the tribe are getting a little bit left out and excluded, which is not surprising, always disappointing. And I mean, like, not like we can really speak because we did the same thing. We voted for Rhonda, but I voted for Rhonda because she talked a lot. I'm gonna be honest. It had nothing to do with the age thing. And like, I talk a lot, so that's like the pot calling the kettle black, but like, we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, so I just knew that if we chose the person that they're most likely to vote out, then they would have to turn on someone that they didn't really want to. So I just wanted to make it a little bit harder for them. So hopefully that was a bit of a more tough decision for them to make last night. We'll find out what happened. I'm pretty sure Lorrie thinks it's going to be Lady K or someone else. Oh God, I can't remember all the names right now. I'm terrible, but we'll see. If it's Lady K, I'm going to be disappointed because again, that's like the older woman getting voted out. For what reason? Like, and so there's that. And then at one point we did have to go off and do chores, and I went to the fire with Rhonda, and then I believe it was Robbie, Randy, and no, it was Robbie, David, and Holden at the water well. No, that was after. Sorry. David, Randy, Robbie. There we go. So it was exciting to get to talk to Rhonda one-on-one, and I feel like she has so much experience in life, and she's like already shared so much with us about like what she's gone through and the struggles she's faced and how she's overcome them and all this stuff. So like she's just kind of like a well of knowledge in that way. But I will say I feel like she's really great at talking and maybe not so much as letting other people talk. Because, like, I'm not someone who's easily spoken over. I'm here and I make myself known. But sometimes it felt hard to get a word in edgewise. And it was just the two of us. And it kind of feels that way sometimes on the group calls, too. And, like, she has so much to offer and so much to share. So I'm so glad to hear her out. But it's also like, babe, there's 7 other people here. We all need to have a chance to speak, you know?